Hi everybody, it's Anne with Art on the Creek. And no, I'm not in my studio today. I am in my home kitchen in Parker, Colorado. Because you know what? Artists need to eat too. And this Italian can't live on meatballs alone. So let's make something vegan today, shall we? Welcome to Nona's Kitchen. I hope you came hungry today because you guys are going to want to make this. When you're done painting and you're tired and you really don't have time to cook, I try and find recipes that are really easy and healthy for myself and my family. And I love Italian food. It's what I was raised on and it's what I like to eat. So this account, Sophie's Plant Kitchen, is great. And I will link to everything in the description because I think that this recipe is phenomenal and I really want you guys to try it. I think our whole family will love it. The first thing that I did was I took a sweet onion, kind of like a Vidalia onion or a mild onion, and I chopped that up and put that in the pan with some olive oil that I had brought to temperature. And then after the onions sweat a little bit, you're going to add garlic. I chopped up 4 cloves of garlic for this. I really like garlic. You just do that to your own taste. And then I put in 2 containers of those little tiny grape tomatoes. One container only had red tomatoes in it, and the other container had the tricolor mix. After you've seasoned that with some salt and pepper to taste and a little bit of basil, then we're going to go ahead and add 2 cans of cannellini beans. Now I have drained mine. You don't have to, but I did. And we're going to just let that simmer. And when those tomatoes get ready to burst, when those skins split, I just went in there with a potato masher and mashed them up a little bit. Now Sophie says we want to let this get nice and jammy, and that's a great description. Do you see how when I stir it, you can see the stainless steel pan at the bottom? That's a really good texture. Then you know that it's getting nice and thick. So when it gets to that point, we're going to transfer a couple spoonfuls of it to a really good blender. Now a while ago, my husband and I did decide to invest in a Vitamix blender, but you don't have to do that. You just need one powerful enough that will really get you a nice puree. The next thing we're going to do is add some nutritional yeast flakes. This just gives it a nice rich flavor. And we're also going to be adding some firm tofu and a little bit of white miso paste. This is the first time that I have used white miso paste, and from what I understand, it really gives things that kind of that umami flavor, a nice earthy taste. So I'm kind of excited. I guess that was about a tablespoon that I put in there. So I'm really anxious to see what that tastes like. And now for the tofu. I like to drain my tofu before I use it and just kind of press paper towels over it because it does have a lot of water or brine, whatever it is that they put tofu in, still in there. You can get a tofu press. I don't have one. I just use my hands and kind of squeeze on the sides a little bit. I just kind of make sure that I've gotten out as much water as I possibly can. And this is the colander that I drained the beans in. So if you're seeing some stray beans in there, that's what that is. So I'm just going to cut off, about 1/4 of it. And then I'm going to bring this over to the blender and add it right in. So I'll put the top on the blender, make sure it's good and secure. And I'm going to start out with it on about a level 5 or 6 just to get it going. And once I can see that it's really starting to mix up, then I'll increase the speed to about a 9 or 10 just so I can really get a good puree going. And I really want to keep this going on this particular blender for about 30 seconds. So whatever it takes for you to get your puree to really look nice and smooth like this. You're really just making a cream sauce, and with that tofu base, that takes the place of all of that heavy cream and all of that delicious stuff that, yes, I miss, but it's just not good for me anymore. And this is much better. So we're just going to add that blended mixture back into the beans, and boy, you bet I'm going to scrape that out of there. This is what I use. I have this wonderful peanut butter spatula, I call it, by Tovolo. It's got a silicone scoopy end on one end, and then it has this blade on the other end, and it works very, very well to get every last drop out of the blender. And once you've got that incorporated, you're ready to top it off with just a drizzle of olive oil. You can put as much or as little as you like. Another good addition on here is some burrata cheese or some vegan cheese. And of course, you're going to want to sprinkle some basil on top. And again, this is that partially dried basil that they had at the store, but it imparts some good flavor in a pinch when you don't have the real thing. Well, this is real basil, it's just not the leaves. This is what I got. So now it's time to try it. I happened to stop into Trader Joe's and they had gluten-free crisp bread. I love these because they're a really good cracker. They hold up, they don't disintegrate, and I don't know, for those of you out there like me who have celiacs, you kind of get tired of rice crackers. So these are delicious, they're sturdy, they're hearty, and since I don't have any really crisp artisan bread on hand, oh my goodness. You guys, this smells so good. Look at that. I want to get a good big scoop. Oh, look at that. It looks so delicious. Okay, I've got to taste this. Oh, my goodness. Sophie, you are an angel. I'm nodding. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much for sharing this recipe. Let's go back in the kitchen and see what my husband thinks. Here's my husband, Phil. Hi, Phil.
Hi, how you doing?
He's hungry, so we're going to have him taste it to see if he likes it. Put a little bit in the bowl, and then here I've got some of these Trader Joe's gluten-free crisp breads for you. Of course, Phil could have crusty bread if he wanted to, but I don't have any in the house, so let's see what he thinks.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. So there you go. That's my new installment. I thought we could do a series of recipes if you've got hungry people in your house, and I know that we do.
It works for me.
Let's see what we can cook up. Have a good day, everybody. See you next time.